right, we got another episode of the old Frosty Dinghy with the J-Mac sitting over there.
Well,
We got some fun shit to talk about today. Might as well get it started. Hook 'em,
yeah, I got
Texas.
a couple things for you too.
Yeah, yeah, sure you do. But old Texas Tech went through 3 pitchers in the first inning. I thought that was pretty fun.
Texas Tech did. Yeah.
Yeah, Texas was just running up the score at the beginning. They got shut down when they brought in that third string pitcher, but that first inning was pretty bad for the old
Brutal.
Red Raiders, which, thank you, I made some money on it, appreciate that. So, tonight's second game, I got Texas winning it again, even though they're the underdogs in the betting.
There you go.
Yeah, reason being is one of the stats that they threw out that whoever wins the first game no, what was it? It's, the World Series games rarely go to a third game, and whoever wins first game usually wins second one in the last 22 years or something like that.
Right.
So, I will go with that.
Right.
And I
I
will
would.
put more money at it. They're only plus 105 though, so you're not making a whole bunch.
So let's see. This is game number 2 against Tech. Is that what it is? Okay.
And, I believe, uh, the has it at plus 105 when I threw money on it today. So it
There
should
you
be
go.
a good time.
Hell yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. So much for your, Tennessee
Oh man,
Tennessee.
they couldn't get shit going. Uh, I mean, I didn't read anything or see if they came out with anything. The only thing I noticed is, despite her best efforts, the pitcher, who was pitching for him? She,
Pickens?
yeah, she was sweating like a motherfucker, and even if you watch the slow down ball, she could not rip that fucking ball. Which it's not an excuse, but don't get me wrong. But every time when you seen her arm come around, it was coming out way before she was wanting to.
Well, if, you ain't got that rosin bag on you all the time, it's kinda hard to grip the ball.
But I don't know if they tried that, but there's one time they stopped and brought out a towel. But yeah, whatever. You gotta play like a champion.
Yeah. Every now and then, if I need a little bit of drop on my curveball, I just rub some jalapeno in my nose and just wipe my nose.
There you go.
You know what movie that came from, don't you? You put
Uh,
snot on the ball.
it's not Bull Durham, is it?
No, no, it's Major League.
Dude, good movie though.
What's that shit all over your chest? Got Crisco, Bardol, little Vagisil.
Oh yeah, the old guy.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name, his character, or his real name. He was in a lot of movies.
Jesus Christ, Harris. All right, so got two things for you today lined up. I'll give you the option. You
All
wanna
right.
do you wanna go with, the LeBron or with the pyramids?
Well, I guess we've been on a basketball kick, so might as well just keep it rolling.
All right, LeBron is still a bitch, but we have new reasons for me to dislike him even more now. So, I watch, The Fat Electrician. You ever heard of The Fat
No,
Electrician?
or
He's on YouTube, plus he's on the Unsubscribed podcast. He's got the Fat Files as well. Well, he just did, he breaks down, like, restaurants and stuff on the Fat Files, or, like, sriracha, or stuff like that. Something that has a history that once you start digging into it, it gets a little cloudy, or
so
it's a
you said Fact Files?
yes, the Fat Files.
Is that like his version of X Files?
Well, he is called the Fat Electrician, so that's why he puts him in as the Fat Files. But he did Taco John's this latest video, and I learned something. Taco John's is predominantly in the Midwest. That isn't what I learned, but they had a trademark on the phrase Taco Tuesday. They put a trademark on it,
Okay.
and they held that trademark until 2023 because of LeBron.
Taco Tuesday. How did LeBron come across that?
Because Taco Tuesday, they started using in the Taco Bell ads, and then they found out it was trademarked, so LeBron joined with Taco Bell and filed a lawsuit against Taco John's, saying it was too common of a phrase and they can't have a trademark on it. So him and Taco Bell sued Taco John's, and since Taco John's didn't have the money to fight LeBron and Taco Bell, they gave up the trademark in 2023. So LeBron could make commercials for Taco Bell going, Taco Tuesday! Yeah, so another crybaby LeBron issue that he just flopped all over Taco John's so he could make TikTok content.
And that was in 23, huh?
Yeah, that's when they gave up the trademark. And that's when Taco Bell filed a petition with LeBron James to remove the trademark because it's too common of a term. It had gotten so popular that everybody was using it now, and it's too common of a term. They can't hold the rights to it anymore.
Where are you reading that at?
Literally, I typed in fat electrician Taco John's trademark lawsuit.
Okay, well, so he started saying it in 2019
Yeah.
in his videos, and then he immediately tried to legally trademark it.
And that's when they found out the trademark was on it.
So then in 23, that's when he teamed up with Taco Bell.
Yep. All because LeBron's a crybaby.
LeBron is so used to orchestrating his super teams that he tried to act like he invented a weekly dinner tradition that's older than he is. He tried to trademark a basic day of the week, got denied by the government, and then the corporate for Taco Bell just to get his way. Can't even win a ring or a food trademark without a massive supporting cast.
I wholeheartedly agree with that.
I
You
admit,
might need to say that a little bit louder for the people in the back,
yeah.
the ones
You
that
know,
think he's the
hey, you
GOAT.
know who let people come to him to play instead of going all over the place?
What's that?
I said, you know who just stayed where he was and let people come to him instead of
Well, I'm
just,
pretty sure Kobe and Jordan both.
yeah, weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't, hop teams and tried to build a super team everybody wanted on their team.
All right. Right now, timestamp this. Cue the comments. You guys don't even watch basketball. LeBron's the greatest ever. Hey, I never said he wasn't a good player. I just don't like him being a crybaby, and it's a completely different league, and he would never made it in the 90s.
Absolutely not.
If
And
Jordan playing today, Jordan would probably average 45 points, 50 points a game.
yeah, easy,
He
especially
would
since you can't touch people. You can't touch people anymore. You get within 2 feet and somebody falls down.
he would come down every time, leave from the free throw line, and nobody would be able to stop him.
Pretty much. Yeah, is there even defense played in basketball other than just falling down and drawing fouls?
Man, I don't think so. I don't know. I don't watch NBA anymore.
So
I will say some of the games I have seen, especially when it gets more tournament time, they do have gotten a little bit better, I think, but I haven't watched a elite game in years just because I don't really enjoy the way the game is played. That's why I watch WNBA more because I mean, the women have been bitching about it. Sometimes it is a bit controversial about the refereeing and stuff, but it is a physical game.
it's a
Now,
little
sure,
bit
they can
too
go back
physical
and
from
forth
time
about
to time.
a fucking layup for 4 minutes. Sure, that could happen, but you got to take good with the bad.
It does get out of control quite a bit, though. I will say it's a better game to watch, but they they act like they've never been bopped in the mouth before by another player, just
Or
wildly
or their
swinging.
girlfriend,
Yeah.
Great. Now here comes some more comments. Never mind. Right.
So I was
I
watching
track.
I was watching another creator on the old socials, and he made a good point. As much as he's a controversial person, he made a good point. They got to be careful in the NBA right now. They're not understanding that the Europeans are here and they're taking over their league.
Oh yeah, where did Wimby come from? Is that
Yeah,
how you say his last name?
yeah, Wimby, and then you
Yeah,
got
his cards are taking over the fucking sports card world. I
and
don't collect
Jokic,
NBA cards at all, but man, if you pull one of his cards, you're got a good chunk.
and they come in and they play it like it's their job. They don't come in and play it because, I get a shiny new car. They come in and they're playing basketball. LeBron isn't even the best player on his team anymore and
Well, yeah,
hasn't
but in
been
his
for
defense,
years.
he's what, like 49?
Yeah. Well, I get
He's
that.
still playing. I give him props. He's still in physically good shape, but trying to keep up with 18 to, I don't know what the average age is in the NBA anymore, 18 to 25, let's say. Trying to keep up with people that it's not physically impossible, but it's a tough fucking task.
Yeah.
What to do it however many games they play.
So you have to look at it this way too. If LeBron played back in the 90s, he wouldn't still be playing.
No, I think his body. I mean, his body would have probably done gave out by now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that you can't touch people
Right.
and you don't get the hard fouls like you used to, you don't have to sprint up and down the floor anymore. I mean, it's turned into a soft game. That's why they're losing so many viewers.
Agree.
And they're losing their NBA to Europeans now, which are doing amazing when they show up. I mean, they're just coming in and dominating.
True, but I don't think there'll ever be a single-handed European team that will be able to pick on one of our teams, being USA, because not all of those great players are from the same country. It's like every country has their one, maybe two elite players. That's about it.
Yeah. But you get all those countries that dump one or two players into the NBA. where are we gonna have our spots anymore? And Team USA. Then it'll be the other way around. It'll be we have a handful of good players left in the NBA, and we'll go back to sending college kids to Team USA. I mean, what do you know? I mean, the NBA is dying slowly. They got to figure out how to get viewership back up and attendance. Attendance has dropped off quite a bit as well, I believe.
I don't even
So,
know what's the minimum price of a ticket.
what's that?
What's the minimum price of a ticket?
An average NBA regular season ticket costs around $200 to $230, but range widely for $30 for upper level seats. Celtics are averaging $550 per ticket, and the Lakers, where the Pacers and the Grizzlies average under 100.
And see, when you get up in those high seats, is it even really worth the 30 or $40 you paid? You can't see, you're watching the prompter at that time,
Yeah, you're
and
basically watching the big screen.
which you would be doing at home anyway. Then you're paying $24 for a beer or a soda, whatever. And then not to mention if you're getting hot dogs, shit like that. And then if you take your family, I mean, it's still costing you, you know, 300-400 bucks for a family of four, between tickets and, probably more than that because kids always want jerseys, stuff like that. Which when I take my kids and stuff, we don't do it a lot, you know, I kind of let them get a few things or whatever. But it's got to be planned for and budgeted, especially now with everything going up.
Yeah, and then, most people get a hotel room for the night. You got to add that on there.
Right.
Not everybody just drives home like the crazy person you are. But the NFL's the same way. You gotta have $1,000 for 2 people to go to an NFL game half the time.
Right. I just made it a point years ago that if I was going to go to an event, I'm going to get decent seats. Yeah, there's been a couple of times where I think we got free seats to like WWE or something. We were able to take the kids, when they were little for their first experience. But now, if I were to take them again, I would do like I did when I used to take my grandmas. Fucking, we're getting in the front first 10 rows. We want to be able to see. I want sweat clearing me.
See, and I had that same, idea when I was buying UFC seats. I was getting as close to the front row as I could get, and then I figured something out. You can see just as well from the top level in that first section, right where all the concession stand is, and if you get the aisle seats, it's real easy to go to the bathroom and get more beer. You don't have to walk up the 900 stairs to get up there to that level, and you can see just as well. I mean, it's easier to watch it on the big screen over top of the jumbotron as it is from row 3, because the jumbotron stays focused on the fighters at all times, where if you're in row 3 and they're on the opposite side of the cage, you can't see shit. It's a little different than like basketball.
Right.
Or football's kind of hard to see too the farther down you are, because you can't see what's going on the other side of the field.
You got to find that happy fucking medium level.
Yep. Just close enough you can still see facial expressions, but not far away you can't see the ball.
That's right.
Yeah, it's right in that happy medium. But I haven't gone to a UFC fight since, they started this horrible, horrible thing that goes on nonstop at the live event. I am so tired of hearing the "woo" all the time. That's all they
Oh,
do.
man, come on. That's it.
It's stupid. It's
It's
not
written
even the
there,
same
bitch.
thing.
Come
It's
on.
not even the same thing. If I went to WWE, then woo is fine. It's UFC.
Hey,
It's
not to
not
change it real
this.
quick, but I do wanna go to a WrestleMania sometime. That's one of my goals. I just wanna check it. I don't even watch wrestling anymore, but I would love just to experience it.
Are you talking about a Des Moines event, or are you talking about a big
No, no,
event?
WrestleMania, Florida, baby.
Oh, Florida. You
No,
got it.
but different events here, I was just thinking about that the other day, I might go to a wrestling event again. I haven't like I said, I haven't been since my grandma's passed. That was just something we used to do together. I take both of them, but, and I quit watching it. I used to only watch Monday Night Raw, I think it was, and then they switched it for like 3 hours. I didn't have the time to keep up.
Well, it's kinda like, watching Days of Our Lives, right? The characters may change, but the storyline is usually pretty much the same when you show up.
Well, and I don't even know that the characters necessarily change. I think they just add some more because there are still some old fucking people that are still wrestling.
Didn't, Cena finally retire, or is he still going?
That I don't know. I think he slowed down quite a bit. He does a lot more movies and stuff now, but which I think he's a great actor actually, and he's funnier than hell.
You seen his new commercial?
I think I have. What is it?
I can't remember what it's for, but he
I think
sits in the chair the whole time talking, and she's like, Well, John Cena was supposed to be here, but apparently he blew us off, so I'll just go ahead and go through it. He's like, I'm sitting right here. She really can't see me.
Maybe I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's some kind of like facial ointment or treatment or something. Can't remember what it is. See if the old monster over here knows what it is. It's not his Honda commercial. Neutrogena sunscreen. That's what it is. It's funny as hell. He's actually walking around on stage. Everybody's pretending he's not there. It's a good time. NFL tickets are approximately $312 depending on the team. They range from 150 to 430 for standard primary tickets.
Yeah, that's great, man.
The Saints and the Titans are around 60 to 66 bucks depending on who they're playing.
And that's what, shitty seats so too?
That's just their average standard seats. But like the Eagles are 520. It was a special occasion why my aunt and uncle went to Vegas with me. And
Okay.
we were going to get them tickets to the Chiefs Raiders game. My cousin and I were, and the tickets were $700 a piece, and that was up against the top wall in the stadium for that game. Needless to say, we watched it in a bar. We watched it in Felix and Carlos and Felix's or whatever
Yeah,
at
for
the
the most part,
Flamingo.
watch them on TV. But my wife and I, we do have kind of a bucket list thing. We'd like to visit every NFL stadium,
Well,
but one time each is enough.
Wes wants to do that with baseball stadium, so I don't know if he'll join you on that NFL ride, but he might. There is one I agreed with going to, Jan. I want to go to the pool in Jacksonville.
What's that? Is it left field?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd go to that one for you.
bet you would.
It'd be a great time. I'd get
Why?
in,
Feels
splash
the
on the out,
best.
put on my Alf shirt for you,
There, I love it. Now we're talking some speedo.
walking around like the hedgehog, my Speedos, cut off Alf shirt. I'm sexy and I know it.
See, gotta sell it, bud.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a bit pricey to go to anything professional anymore. I am getting hit up by the Iowa Wild already
For season tickets.
for ticket specialized ticket package for me that I talked about a while ago, where
Yep,
it's all the lounge.
you do like that lounge, don't you?
Hey, it's not confining. I can walk around. I got my own bathrooms up there on the suite level. I got free beer, free
That's
food.
where bathrooms. Why do you gotta go to the bathroom so goddamn much?
I gotta pee,
Good
man.
ladder, bud.
I gotta. You know how much I drink? Shit.
Well, maybe if
Especially
you're sitting in some seats you had to keep walking up and down, you wouldn't drink so much.
exactly my point. That's why I get the free beer section and the hotel right across the street. So that way I don't get lost.
Just wheel me out.
Yeah, I make it. I got the juggernaut syndrome. You tell me it's time to go to bed and I'll find it on my own. I may run through people or, knock a car over, but we'll get there.
Hey, you've come a long way. At least next time your date's not gonna go out for a smoke and just not come back.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks for bringing that back up. I'm glad at least she took a picture with me while we were leaving the event saying she had a great time first.
That's the only way you could prove that it actually happened.
I know, it's fucking hilarious.
Uh,
I don't even know if I still have that picture or not. Probably somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, dating wasn't ever my strong suit.
These days, it's a whole different fucking ballgame from what
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. I'm
I'm glad I'm out.
yeah. I'm out at the moment. So
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Don't say
probably gonna stay that way.
there you go. That's better. Way, way to reel it back a little bit.
Well, I really don't
Don't
want
don't take it any further. Just like next subject.
no, we're gonna elaborate and get myself in shit, and then I'm gonna delete it so nobody but me hears it. No, I'm pretty much gonna wind up with this one. I have a feeling. So
There you go. Finally, it's about
yeah,
time.
yeah. I made great choices in the past. Just saying, they were
Yeah,
wonderful.
it was a learning curve.
Yeah, I don't know what I learned, but there's a lot of curve.
There you go.
Not good at the learning. So we got about half your time left. You ready to switch off sports for a little bit?
What you got?
So, I don't know if you know who, Billy Carson is, and he's the one that talks about, I know he's been on Rogan and a bunch of podcasts, and he talks about the history of Egypt isn't what everybody says it is, that it's right there in front of your face that an advanced civilization is responsible for all of it, right? He's got a whole bunch of theories where the reason everybody's a different color is because there's different leaders, and when they're creating our DNA, they made it that way so they know who was in charge of each section, and that's why there's so many pyramids all over the world. Each one had a different leader, but there was one leader over all of them, and that's where the Anunnaki came in, is that whole theory, right? He also believes that the pyramids were advanced power plants.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
Well, what did he say? Uh, he suggests that ancient Egypt was actually a colony of Atlantis, guided by an Atlantean priest king named Thoth. Thoth used the advanced technology and sound vibration to move massive stones and build pyramids, serving as teacher of highly advanced sciences and spiritual alchemy to early Egyptians. So basically, there was a leader in charge, and his son was supposed to be the next one in power. He got tired of waiting, and they had an all out war over the earth, and a lot of the advanced technology got destroyed, but they had weapons and tools that literally could turn sand into glass, right? And that's why there's glass in the sands in the desert. It was scorched earth. The weapon actually scorched the earth and glass formed, and it's been slowly eroded down into sand. And that's why if you dig down far enough, you run into glass. So the one of them got exiled after the war and left, and the other one stayed behind to run it. Well, then a natural disaster happened or something and wiped out most of them. And this is where the new part that I'm tying my little fun theory into that I put together is they went to the oceans and created the underwater base oceans that people think exist, that aliens are at,
Okay.
and they got knocked down to such a small number, and all the technology that they had to get off the planet is gone, right? They can't recreate it on their own. So that's why they're helping slash pushing us and trying to, that's why we advance so quickly over the last few hundred years, is they think we're finally on the right path to create the technology they need to rebuild the whatever they need, the power plants or whatever it's going to take them to get off the planet and either go finish the battle or get reinforcements. So that's why every now and then you find a ship or this and that, and it's trying to push us forward far enough, or maybe the AI, and that's how, they got the technology they needed. And that's why they keep such a close eye on the nuclear power plants, because they don't want us to destroy ourselves until they get the technology they need. That we're the first ones on the right path to get to that level for them.
Right.
So how do you feel about that correlation?
Dude, you could come up with so much different shit.
Me
It
in
all
general, or just
No, just everybody, anything. I mean, pertaining to anything like that. I mean, you can't rule anything out because nobody fucking knows. But when you start making it make sense, it's like, well, that could be a possibility. Kind of like the Great Pyramid of Giza, the latitude coordinates is 29 point blah 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 degrees north.
yeah?
Well, the speed of light in a vacuum is exactly same exact fucking numbers.
And
Not
it was
not 29 point, but it's still 299,000,000 fucking blah blah blah.
it was placed at the absolute center of all of the land mass.
Right.
You
So I'm
can't.
not saying that aliens built the fucking things, but the latitude coordinates of the Great Pyramid matching the speed of light, first of all, to the exact fucking digit, and society that didn't have invented the wheel yet, they somehow managed to build a 6 million ton structure that aligns with Orion's belts and matches speed of light. Either the universe is fucking with us, or there is a giant piece of history that just got wiped the fuck out. And who knows?
Well, they also say that at one point somebody changed the actual calendar time that we were on and moved it by 1,000 years. Like
Yeah. How
they
would we know?
literally, yeah, we don't know. And also so the weird thing is each one of those stones are cut in a different shape and size. to fit perfectly to withstand seismic events from destroying it. And how do you move the size of all the stones? Well, the vibration and sound waves, you can actually do it. If you hit the right frequencies, you can levitate things. So what frequency haven't we found that's in a combination to lift something that size when we can do it with small things? Like you can do it now with a speaker and drop a handful of sand on it and it levitates from the sound waves. So
Right, but
what
the
frequency haven't we figured out?
right, but the pyramids was built out of limestone,
Yeah,
which contains crystal quartz, and crystal quartz creates a small electrical charge.
yeah. And what do we use to cut the stones with?
I think it was sound.
You think we cut it with frequency?
Well, we didn't do shit, but
Well,
yeah.
someone. Yeah, we haven't we can barely cut the tension with a good rap song. But I'm just saying. But
Right.
somebody had a different technology than we did, and it's
Correct.
been
Where
lost
the
somewhere.
did it go? Where did it
Yeah,
go? Where did it go? How's it we're finding dinosaurs and all this other bullshit, but we haven't found one piece of mystery technology.
yeah. Well, we did find that one thing. They found, I don't know what they called it. Uh, I think it's basically like a compass that was so advanced that they dug it out and it actually tracked the entire solar system for navigation on ships way before they even had metal.
Right, well, I'm trying to think, what did, besides birds, what did the Vikings use to navigate their boats when they were crossing the ocean? I know it wasn't quite as advanced like that, but they had something to be able to fucking tell. I just can't remember it off the top of my fucking head.
I'm looking up, see if I can find the what I know it's not a sextant, but it's something more advanced than that. The artifact you're referring to is the Antikythera mechanism discovered by sponge divers in the 1900s. It's from a first century BCE Roman shipwreck off the Greek island. It's a 2,000-year-old bronze device that is considered the world's oldest known analog computer.
Well, here's something else. So, everything a long time ago, even back in the Roman times or whatever, everything they built was heavy, first of all, but then very intricate, very beautiful, very carved, engraved, all that shit. All that shit was done with hand tools. How is it now and why don't we still build shit like that? I think that shit looks cool as fuck.
And why is it all the stones like one piece where today we have to use multiple?
Yeah.
And why are all the one so they have things that are carved out of mountains that started in one central point and are immaculate all the way through and polished out of the same piece of stone, like caves and tunnels and like big cathedrals and stuff right in the side of a cliff. And the doors are also 100 feet tall. Why are the
Right.
doors that size?
Why is it so damn big?
Did there used to be giants?
You know? I do think there was a race of giants. I believe it.
And
Because
also,
everything else is bigger. I mean, why not? It makes sense.
the atmosphere used to be thicker and packed full of more oxygen, and trees used to grow taller than what they do now. And they actually think that, I don't know who they are, but some people actually think that, that Devil's Tower is actually just a petrified tree root that was cut down. And then that one island that looks like the shape of a woman out there is actually a petrified legitimate giant that turned into that. And they're finding things that look like super humongous alligators. So who's to say 100,000 years ago life wasn't larger?
Right.
We weren't here. We don't know. But we do know there used to be more oxygen and the plant life was bigger at least.
I agree. I think, with dinosaurs, everything was bigger, like you said, trees, animals, reptiles, everything was bigger. Why wouldn't it make sense that the people were bigger or whoever was here?
Oh, and Ashley wasn't too happy that I wouldn't tell her what theories were and told her she had to listen to the podcast, and I'm getting flipped off through the door right now because she don't think it's fair.
What's that?
The fact that I wouldn't tell her the LeBron thing or the theory I threw together. I told
You
her she'd
didn't
have
tell
to
me until just now.
I know, that's what I said. Like, I'm saving it for the podcast. She ain't happy about it. She also don't know we're going to the bread shed tonight.
The hell's the bread shed?
It's my, aunt and uncle's shed that it's not really a shed, but it's like a little small building that they put up that they sell baked goods out of.
Oh yeah, it's like a roadside stand, like
Yeah.
unmanned.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
And they
awesome.
my uncle literally is working 16-hour days from Wednesday to, Sunday now, trying to keep that thing stocked up. That's how fast shit's going through.
Good for them.
Yeah. My cousin told my aunt, he's like, "Look at that. She finally figured out how to get dad a job, a full-time job." Because he only did, like, part-time stuff and hunting and trapping and stuff like that before, and now he's running his ass off trying to keep up baking.
Love it.
I know. Which you'll get a sample some tomorrow.
I'm bringing some to work.
Yeah, I promised, Ryan I'd get him some, banana nut muffins, so I got enough for sharing. Yeah. So hopefully he'll stay in a good mood for a little bit of the day. I might shove 4 or 5 into Dan too and keep him happy.
No chance.
No.
He's hot wired.
Yeah. You said you had something for me today. What'd you have for me
Go
lined up?
for it. Yeah, have you ever come across somebody in your life, later in life, not when I say later, more like outside of college, and then as the years progress, you run into them from time to time, and they completely forget exactly how they know you and manifest a new whole
Backstory?
lifetime lifeline or
Yeah.
timeline. Like, specifically in their mind, they're remembering things that you guys did and places you went that never even happened because it was impossible for you guys to have known each other because you didn't meet until A, you were, let's say, 25, and you're telling stories that we were together when we were 15, 16 years old, swimming in the Cleary fucking pond, over the summers. But I just don't have the heart to tell them that didn't happen. It wasn't me. I'm not from here. I don't live here because they vividly remember and like they have dates and places and like we were there, so and so was there, you were there, fuck it, this was happening. Oh, do you have anybody like that in your life? Because I've got one buddy, and I don't have the heart to be like that wasn't me, it wasn't us.
Well, I have 2 things, 3 things on that actually. 1, they may have attached you to somebody else that they forgot,
Very
and
possible.
you
Well,
made a
that
big enough
makes me feel bad about that guy they forgot though.
but you made such a big impact in their memory that it's transferred you to that because they want it to be true. Because maybe the other person turned out to be shitty, but the
Yeah, man.
memories are still good, so now it's
I'm
your
not
memory.
arguing the heart, the hows and whys, but am I a shitty person for not letting them know that, hey, this didn't happen?
I would
Because they generally love telling these stories. I mean, you can see the excitement, kind of like when we talk about with college dates, any story like that. If I were just to throw them in that story and they're like, oh man, this guy's really excited about this story. I can't really break his heart now.
I kinda look at it this way, does it matter? Then let them have their story.
It's kind of like this. I'll equate it to this. I will correct somebody on my name one time. And then whatever they call me after that, I just let it go. And when they call me whatever, I respond. So then when we get a big group of people who've known me for many years, they're calling me by a different name. They're like, that's not his name. Like, well, no, it's what we go by here nowadays.
Well, you also have the least room to speak about that to begin with. How
Oh,
many
stop. No,
how
wait,
many
wait, wait,
different stories have you
wait.
made up that I've done that never happened? You may make them up for fun, for your own entertainment,
Hold on. You're not coming through. I can't hear you correctly.
that you make up that I was never a part of.
Yeah. I think you're having a bad internet connection.
I don't believe so. I think you're just trying to push this one past you. But how many stories have I been a part of in the last 5 years that I've never done?
And it's hard to say what comes out of your mouth.
I'm
That's
not the one telling them. It's you that tell these stories, and people come to me with, yeah, Jerry said that you did this." I didn't do that. "Well, he said that you'd say that."
well, obviously, you always start with that, like, he's not gonna tell you that this happened, but here's what went down 25 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, come on, the easy one's the Alf picture,
Well, I don't know about that. I mean,
and
it's
and then
uh,
you had the story of a strip club that I never went to that happened to be an all-male review, I believe. That one came out.
yeah, but I wish I remember the details. I vaguely remember that one, but, uh,
You had people rolling all day, and then I just wouldn't deny it. I just like, "Whatever, I don't care
doesn't
anymore."
matter if you deny it or not because
I
they
know.
believe it. You know what sells a good story? Fucking details, and I throw the details in there.
So maybe that's what they're doing.
It's all about the flavor, bud.
Yeah. Throw enough details out there, everybody's
But
gonna believe it.
you ever seen the movie Big Fish?
I don't believe so, no.
Put it on the list. It's a really good movie, but it's one that really ties to my heart. Reminds me of my grandpa a lot, and kind of a lot the way the what why how and why I am the way I am.
The first one, I was like, "That shit didn't happen," and I was, like, trying to figure out how to make it stop, and then I'm like, "You know what? Let them have their fun."
Sometimes
Ultimately,
you just gotta
it
embrace it.
doesn't matter. You can tell whatever story you want. I don't care. Not anymore. I mean, look at the stories we get told on the internet. I mean, just because we don't like LeBron.
Not yet. You haven't got those yet, just because we don't like Angel Reese.
Oh, yeah. No, I got a lot from LeBron, and I got a whole bunch of them about me not liking Saquon because he's not an elite running back like everybody thinks he is. He had one good season, the rest have been average high average seasons.
And then I just got his rookie card this year in a poll, and yeah, hopefully he comes back around.
Well, I hope for the naysayers in my opinion that he turns out to do a lot better than what he is, but I just watched somebody say that he was better than Adrian Peterson in his prime,
No, we can't say that.
and then they said he was better than Derrick Henry.
I think he's probably had. I don't know what their stats are, but I think he's had a better career. But I think Henry's had more of an impact.
I to be honest, if you pull up Saquon's stats, he had one elite year, and that was the year that he
The year
left
of
the
the Philly.
Giants and went to Philly. The rest of them, he's broken 1,000 yards, but in a few, not a lot, in a handful. So that's why I'm saying he's not an elite back. He's an above average back. He's no Barry Sanders.
Well, I was gonna say, but in the now argument, is there any elite backs anymore?
Not really. They
But
only
is that because our standards are too high? Because we grew up in an era where there were a handful of backs that just made the difference of the game.
I
Oh,
think it's the fact that the bar for the elite running back has hit that standard, right? But there's a lot more people that are hitting 1,000 yards. They're playing shorter careers now than they used to, and there's just plain more of them that are on almost a level playing field. So before, if Barry fell off and he only got like 1,200 yards, he was still an elite running back, right? I'm not saying he ever got 1,200 yards and fell off, but what I'm saying is any running back dropped into the right system now can produce 1,000 yards pretty much. Any starting running back, as long as they stay healthy.
yeah, but I think the difference is though is backs in our day, they made it look awesome. And whether you're running 3 yards or 50 yards, Barry was breaking tackle. His legs didn't stop. Mike Allstott, he was just mowing people over. Is he fucking an elite back? Absolutely not. But was every time he stepped on the field, was he putting on a show? Yes.
Well, then you look at Bo Jackson. What happened if he wouldn't have hurt his hip?
Well, hey, check out
How
this gym here I just picked up. You might remember this iconic. I didn't have this poster, but this picture was fucking everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Yep, I used to have that card.
Yeah.
But how many records would Bo Jackson own right now if he wouldn't have got hurt in Major League Baseball and football?
I was gonna say, you at that point it'd be hard, but it depends on how many wooden bats he broke over his knee.
Yeah, but still, they replay his throw from the fence
Oh, man, great
over and
play,
over again.
great play.
But yeah, you don't have any more like Barry Sanders or Walter Paytons or anybody like
Never. I
that.
mean, like I can't think of any highlight of a recent or current running back, but I remember Emmitt Smith, the Barry Sanders, Mike Allstott, the Bus. Um, why am I blanking on Marshawn Lynch?
You know,
You know, just there's so many more too. But
there's
those guys, it's like their legs didn't stop once they got hit.
there's one current running back that has a highlight that stands out because he's the only person that did a reverse jump over somebody trying to tackle it, and it is Saquon.
I was gonna say that's Saquon, isn't it?
Yeah, but what else do you got? I mean, he had a shit ton of receiving. He averages a bunch of receiving yards, and he gets quite a few rushing yards, but he is not on the same level as those old school backs.
Right. And a lot of these guys now are bigger.
Yeah, and
You know,
faster.
I just look at Barry Sanders was 5'8", 203 pounds.
And just throw out a random one. How often was Thurman Thomas talked about in the 90s? About
No,
every
not
day.
as much as he should have been, but he was talked a lot. I mean, he
Yeah.
was. Yeah, he
but
was
that
good.
was because he was on the Bills.
The Bills just got bad rap, man. They had an all-star cast, but they just couldn't compete with the other half.
They were
They
the
were
runner-up for how many years in the Super Bowl?
yeah, and that sucked 'cause Jim Kelly is such a stand-up dude. Not that I really even seen I just always liked him as a player. He was never showboaty, fucking, he was just a solid player, kinda like a Brett Favre, just a solid dude.
And then you get, one of the biggest memories of the Bills back in the day, Don Beebe. He chased down the Cowboys defender and took the ball away right before he crossed the goal line. How many other times have you ever heard of Don Beebe? I knew who he was,
That was probably
but that was his highlight, was saving a touchdown in a blowout because the Cowboys were showboating too much.
right.
And then you get Leon Lett. What's he remembered for?
Oh, man, I was just I don't remember. I just remember this, like, I don't know, the 30 on 30 or something I was watching the other day of, some Super Bowl team, and their kicker missed the game-winning field goal, but it was a distance he's never kicked before, but even talked to him, he's like, "I was not nervous going to that game." He's like, "Going to that game, I knew if I was called upon, I was gonna clutch. I was like, hit it, do whatever it takes. We're going on with the title." And then they called him up to kick a whatever field goal. It was a far field goal, but not really to today's standard. It was like say 46 or 48 yards.
Yeah,
They didn't really kick long field goals back then, but still he'd never done it. And he had the distance, but he hit her wide. And
the wide right kick, wasn't it?
yeah, who was that kicked it?
Wasn't it a Bronco?
Just watched that the other day too.
Scott Norwood,
There you go.
47-yard field goal attempt, sailed
Or
wide
what
right of the upright, sealing the victory for the Giants against the Bills
There you go. Yeah,
in the Super
it was
Bowl.
Phil. Yep. Because I was like, because that would have been Jim Kelly's win right there. Fucking boom. No.
Yep, that was in the midst of all those bridesmaids runs that they made at the Super Bowl. Wasn't it 4 out of 5 years they lost the Super Bowl?
Yeah, because they lost to what? I think the Niners a couple of times, the Cowboys a couple of times, and
Yes, the Buffalo Bills were the only team in NFL history to reach 4 consecutive Super Bowls, and they lost them all 90, 91, 92, 93. And then I believe they missed 94, went back in 95 and lost it.
also was the Giants, Washington, and Cowboys 2 years. So 95 would have been the 49ers because it would have been the 94 season.
The 95 season, they did not make the Super Bowl for the 94 season because the
Right.
Bills went
I mean,
7 and 9 and didn't go
it
to
was
the
January
playoffs.
30th, 94, they played the Cowboys and lost. So it'd have been the 94 season that the 49ers won. I don't know who they played though.
And then in 95, they made it to the divisional round against the Steelers and lost. So they lost to the Giants, the Redskins, the Cowboys, and the Cowboys.
Yep. And like that's bad because Jim Kelly's a great quarterback, just like Dan Marino. I wish Dan the man would have won one.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad he didn't finish out his perfect season in in 85 when he lost to the Bears.
Super Bowl shuffle.
Yep.
Just so you know, I just picked up every offense and defensive starter for the Super Bowl 85 Bears.
Well, how did you manage to do that?
It took me a little bit between a couple of the sites that I use buying cards and selling cards. I just tracked them down. I just did this actually lab. They're starting to come in the mail right now. I just got 7 or 8 of them today. One
You
of them,
going
I
for the
think.
whole set?
No, 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 no. So for my collection, what I want to do, and I just kind of came up with this, is I used to be a big Bears fan when I was a little kid, especially, around 85. I love Jim McMahon. Then I came up, I was like, why don't I get the starters, offense and defense for the 85 Bears? So I got that knocked out. And then I'm going to do, I just did a random pick for the 49ers and it came up with the 94, which that was the first year Dion was there. Jerry Rice was still there. Montana wasn't the quarterback. Steve Young was, but I still like Steve Young, but, so that's okay. So I'm going to get all those. And then I'm going for the '06 Colts because that's my wife.
That's Peyton's years, weren't they?
That was, I think, Peyton's rookie year, and then but they also had Dallas Clark.
Yep.
They had a pretty star-studded cast.
The old Iowa boy.
Yep.
Well, all right. Anything you want to wrap us up with since you hit your hard stop 4 minutes ago?
Oh, yeah, we got games on.
You
You got a
bet.
game? No, I think that hits about it up. That still leaves me one thing for next week to bring up, and I'm sure I got a couple more I can come up with too.
All righty. Well, we'll finish her up with Go Texas. Hook
You
those
would
Red Raiders. Get them the hell out of there.
just
And you
Texas
have a
on
lovely
Texas.
night, man. What was that?
Yeah, just Texas on Texas crime.
A little bit, but as long as the orange ones prevail, I'll be happy.
All right, fair enough.
All right, man. You have a good night.
You too, brother. Later.
Bye.
It's called Frosty. Ding it. And I'm the dolphin, and you're the flower.
Well, I guess I think it should be Dr. Parker.